Hi, Louise. Thanks for agreeing to meet with me. Sounds like you've had a really tricky time.
Yeah, it's been a bad day.
Yeah, so I was thinking maybe we have a bit of a catch-up about it, see if you can help me learn a bit more about what's happened and if there's anything that we can do to support you. Yeah. So what I bought some colouring pencils in case you fancy doing some doodling while we're chatting.
Okay.
Okay, so feel free, if I give you some paper there, all right, you doodle away and then I'll do some writing and things as well, okay?
Okay.
'Cause I like writing things down, you know that. Yeah, don't be shy about the pens, there you go. So, tell me a little bit about your day-to-day. Is it, yeah? How did you wake up this morning?
Wake up alright
Yeah.
and like had breakfast and stuff, but then I was in like the common area and I was playing cards with Harry and with Lily.
Yeah.
But then Harry went off somewhere, I don't know where, and then we stayed playing cards, but then Lily had to go as well. Jess called her, and then I was on my own, and so I went to see if anybody else wanted to play, and they didn't.
Yeah.
And then I'd not actually seen anybody like all day, and then when they came back, they didn't actually want to play cards with me anymore. So I had to spend the morning by myself.
Oh. So it started all right and then it went downhill, didn't it?
Yeah.
Sounds really tricky. Okay.
Just everybody had something to do and I didn't have anything to do or to be with anybody.
I'm writing some things down here because this seems important, really important for me to understand, and the team as well. Yeah. So, when everyone was all disappearing off to their things that they had, can you remember what emotion you felt? Was there a feeling that was going on for you? See if we can break it down.
Felt quite lonely.
That's a really tricky emotion as well.
I felt like nobody wanted to be friends with me because they were playing cards, but then when I joined to play cards, they didn't want to play anymore.
That's a really tricky thought, that one. Yeah, really tricky thought. I can see you looking really upset now, even with that thought coming back now.
Yeah, because I'd only learnt the game like a week ago.
Yeah.
It was called Shark Attack, and I'd tried really hard to remember the rules, and then I thought maybe I've done it wrong, and that's why they don't want to play.
Ah, so there's another thought that happened as well. Maybe I've got it wrong. Maybe I didn't remember the rules right. So I'm wondering what happened next in our situation. So after you had these really tricky thoughts and you were feeling lonely, what happened next?
I went back to my bedroom because nobody wanted to play. And I got my phone charger.
Oh, okay. And then what happened?
Tied it around my neck.
Tied it around your neck. I'm wondering, what thought happened when you got your phone charger? Because usually when I get my phone charger, I think, oh, I'll plug my phone in. What happened for you? Can you remember?
Thought if it's round my neck, then it shows that I'm upset.
Oh, I see. You really needed people to see that you were upset, didn't you?
they didn't see it in the common area.
Oh, I see. So they didn't see it there. They hadn't spotted it all earlier on. No. And so that thought happened when you got your phone charger. If it's round your neck, it shows that you're upset and people will see it. Yeah. And then what happened next?
Well, I was sat there quite upset.
Mm-hmm.
And then Georgia came in.
Oh, okay. Georgia came in. What did she say or do? Can you remember?
She sat on the bed.
Mm-hmm.
And she wanted me to take it off, but she hadn't listened to me, so I didn't want to take it off.
Mm. When you say she hadn't listened, I'm wondering if she hadn't seen how upset you were and was busy asking you to take it off.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe. Is there anything else that you wanted her to have heard when you were talking to her?
That I knew that it wasn't helpful, but I didn't know what else to do.
Yeah. Do you know what, Louise? You're not the first person or the last person who has said something like that to me. Okay? No, it's a hard thing, you know. You're here, you're struggling with lots of different things, aren't you? Yeah, and I think that it is a really tricky situation to manage when you know something's not helpful anymore, but you're not sure what else to do instead. Yeah? And part of our job together is to think about how we can find different skills and different things to do. So that when you know something else like the ligature isn't helpful, then we don't have to do that because we've got other options. Yeah?
Yeah.
So some of what we can do, we can think about these other options together. But there's a bit at the bottom that feels like it's missing at the moment. Now, I'm wondering if you know that wasn't helpful. Sometimes people tell me, if we've got this emotion curve like this, it goes all the way up and they're really distressed, then it comes back down and then we get this dip afterwards and they feel lots of really tricky emotions, lots of sad, maybe some guilt, maybe some shame, all of those types of ones. And I'm wondering whether this has happened for you yet, whether it's happening now.
Yeah, a little, because I didn't want George to be cross with me.
Uh-huh. Okay.
And I felt bad that she had to sound the alarm.
Tell me more about that one. How come you feel bad about it?
Because it makes people panic.
Uh-huh.
And because Georgia's really nice.
Sounds like you like Georgia.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, she's a good one, isn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, this bit at the bottom here, sometimes what I call them, you know what I say, unintended consequences. You never set out for that to happen, did you? No. So we might need to think of a way, yes, to help you with some of this early stuff too, but to try and help you so that you don't need to feel really bad. Okay? It's all about that idea of repair, isn't it? Making things feel all right again. Yeah? So if you've got worry thoughts that Georgia might be cross, what might we need to do?
Ask her.
Uh-huh. Are you feeling brave enough to challenge that worry thought, or do you need my help a little bit with it?
Would you come with me?
I will, of course. That sounds like a plan. You up for that? Okay.
Yeah.
So when we finish here, if Georgia's still on shift, we'll go find her. We'll catch up with her and check in. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So that's part of our plan. I'm going to check that worry thought with Georgia. Now, what else do we need to work out? It sounds like you're quite worried about everybody else as well and how they're thinking and feeling right now.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Is there anything that you would like to do that might help with that situation?
Like what?
Well, I guess if they were to see you squirrel yourself back off into your room alone, they might worry quite a lot still about you. Is there something that might help them to feel reassured that, you know, they don't need to feel panicky or anxious, that you're getting the support that you need?
Yeah, I could go back into the common area.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Is there anything that we can do as a staff team that will make that feel easier, knowing how tricky that might be if there wasn't many people around?
Yeah, like if we all did something together, then that would make me feel better.
Yeah. Do you know what I've got thinking? I'm thinking we've got maybe group happening in a little bit. So there's crochet group. You up for some of that?
Not very good.
Not
but
really. I've seen some of your crochet. You're better than I am.
Yeah, okay, I'll try it.
Give it a go. Okay, so we've got crochet group. And then I'm thinking I can go and check in with the occupational therapists, the OTs, and see what they've got later on this evening.
Okay.
Okay. And then in Sunrise, so that's the morning one, isn't it? First thing, I could even ask that question of, is there anything that would make the ward a better place today? And we can try and concoct a plan of like something we can all do together tomorrow.
Yeah.
Up for that?
Yeah.
Like it. And then we've got everyone's ideas into the pot together.
Yeah.
Okay?
Okay.
Good. So that feels like that bottom bit, the unintended bit, sorted. How does it feel knowing you've got a bit of a plan? Are you still down there? Or do you think it's moved?
I'm like...
Where are you now? Draw it on for me.
Maybe like here. And I think tomorrow will be more like up here.
Like it. Feeling a bit more hopeful about tomorrow now?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. So, with some of this other stuff, I'm wondering if you'd be happy for me to take to professionals meeting some of this info so that we can think together as a staff team on how best to help you and what skills you might need, setting up some one-to-ones.
Yeah, I think it'd be nice to have some more one-to-ones.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we reckon some more one-to-ones would be helpful.
Yeah.
Have you got some thoughts on what you'd like in your one-to-ones? What kind of topics might be helpful? You might not do, it's all right if you don't.
I don't know.
Not sure at the moment. I wonder if there's something about managing that emotion of loneliness.
Yeah, because that is quite hard.
Yeah. What else do we think? Is there anything in those thoughts that you might need a bit of help with?
Sometimes, because I feel so like lonely and like nobody can see me, makes me feel really angry.
Okay.
And that feels really That feels really hard because I don't know what to do with it.
Okay. So there's also something about knowing what to do when the angry emotion happens. Yeah?
Yeah.
Mm. Yeah. Feels like we've got a lot of feelings there, but we might need there's something about thoughts as well that's really tricky to manage. I'm wondering if there's any thoughts on there that we can help you out with. Maybe one of these here.
Yeah, because I do feel like sometimes I never quite know whether people want to be friends because they have not been here as long as everybody else.
Mm-hmm. So, what kind of one would that be? Would that be like knowing how people want to be friends, or what do you think? Have I got that right?
Yeah, like how to make friends better.
Hmm. I think we could even make that bigger. So something about how to make friends, but how to keep them as well. Sounds like there's lots of worry thoughts about how you keep people around when they're there.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And if we can help you with that, then maybe you wouldn't have so many worry thoughts about it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Got another question for you. Sometimes we see people experiencing big physical sensations. Do you know what I mean when I say that? About what's happening in their body.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
And so when you're talking about like angry or lonely, does anything happen in your body?
Yeah, like when I'm angry, I feel really full and really hot. And when I feel lonely, I feel like really heavy and like really empty, like I'm see-through.
That gives me a really good description, that idea of feeling see-through. Like no one can see that you're there. I'm wondering if we could try and help you out with some of those as well. Sometimes if we can manage what's happening in our body, that can help us with the overall emotion.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the really cool thing about body sensations and physical sensations is they happen sometimes earlier than when we know that we've got an emotion. So it's like our early warning sign for our body of what's going on. So it could be that you start to feel really, really hot before any of the other stuff happens. And if you know when you're feeling hot, we can try and work out how to cool you down a little bit.
Okay.
Maybe grab an ice pack or a cool pack, and then that can help us, give us a bit more time and space to think about what we want to do next.
Okay.
You're looking confused.
But what if I'm just warm?
What if you just warm? Well, that's a good question. If you're feeling really warm, if you've got like a really thick, heavy jumper on, the heating's on, and you're feeling really warm, what do you do?
Take my jumper off.
Exactly that. So if you were feeling really, really warm, maybe it's because you were starting to get angry. We might need to help you stay cool. It's just that it's hard to think of what to do when you're feeling angry.
Okay. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So, something about how to manage physical sensations. So if I give you a different example, sometimes people get really anxious and they start feeling too warm and they can't really think. So have you seen it when people are like splashing their face with cold water? Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that helps the body cool back down again. So it could be that we need to spot when your body's changing temperature and then make a bit of a plan of how to manage that.
Yeah. Yeah, okay.
Does that make more sense?
Yeah.
Cool. So we'll think about all those things that we can do in one-to-ones, and I'll have a chat with the team about how we do that with you.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you.
Fab. Thanks, Louise. I feel like you've done really well today describing all of this for me. I feel hopeful it's going to make a difference.